Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge, and let's talk horror. Now, today I am so lucky because I have been blessed with the presence of the beautiful Ruby Modine. Ruby, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am doing a lot better now. I am so excited to have you here. But before we talk about why we're here, Ruby, I would like for the people that don't know you for some crazy reason to get to know you. Your acting portfolio, it showcases remarkable versatility. I mean, you've done drama, comedy, action, horror, romance. You guys may recognize her from Shameless, 2023's Fear, The Survivalist, and of course the Happy Death Day franchise. So at this point, you're kind of an icon, not just in the horror world, but like I said, Shameless took over the world when that came out, and it was almost an obsession for a lot of people. So what's it feel like for you to be at the level that you're at now?
Um, I just I take nothing for granted. I know that, it's a blessing and the portfolio that I had, like you said, has it's expanded so much throughout time. So being able to dip my toe in the pool, so to speak, is just I'm excited and I'm giddy and I'm honored, and the people that I get to work with, the artists, it's mind blowing. And those feelings where you're like very excited, but sometimes you get kicked by the anxiety of like, oh my gosh, so I'm taking it all as it comes in waves, and I'm loving all of it.
That's incredible. And it's nice to see that you said you don't take it for granted. This is something you're
No.
very proud of, and you are a major figure in modern day in the horror landscape. Like the upcoming Silent Night, Deadly Night reboot, which we will get into, which does come out this Friday, guys. So make sure you're going to check it out the minute that it comes out. I promise you're not going to regret it. And also Dead Giveaway, which premiered at the Philadelphia Film Festival to a lot of fanfare. So let's start with Dead Giveaway. Obviously, both of these conversations are going to be spoiler free, but what can you tell us a little bit about Dead Giveaway?
Okay, Dead Giveaway is one of my favorite films I've worked on. It was the first real time, aside from this smaller project that I did with my friend Sandito, called Definitely Not Based on a True Story. I was learning how to work with comedy beats more so there. So that like led into Dead Giveaway, which is unhinged, hilarious. And yeah, it was one of those scripts where I couldn't put it down. But working with Michaela Hoover, who is absurdly funny. Half of the things that she says in the film, like I lose something that happens moments after she speaks because I'm laughing so much. But yeah, it's as I keep saying, it's unhinged. It's a film about a girl that wakes up way too hungover, and her whole day is just about, we have to get the dead body out of the bed and we need to get to brunch so that we can get some mimosas. And the poor
Wait,
people that fall into her path in the midst of that chaos is just, oh, yeah, it was a really great project to be a part of. And I'm lucky because we all stayed close from that. So that's another blessing.
yeah. Well, what I love is obviously the important things are there, like making sure you get your mimosa. Like the
Oh,
important
yes.
things are taken care of. Like we got to make sure that's top of the list. And the best way to remember this movie and the release date is to follow Ruby on social media, guys. And I do have her links down in the description, so you can become a part of that family as well. And obviously, I've been nice. I have not been naughty.
Naughty.
So let's talk a little bit about the Silent Night, Deadly Night reboot. Going into this, were you a fan of the original film?
I actually wasn't aware of the original films, and Mike sent me the script, and I was flabbergasted. He and I joke about this all the time because when I was shooting Dead Giveaway, he sent me the script. I read it in like an hour. And then
Hmm.
I was like, oh, I should kind of play it cool. Like, I'll wait till I responded. But yeah, I ended up calling him, and I literally said to him, nothing will stop me from doing this film. And
Yes.
soon after that is when like my boyfriend and I were watching, I think we did one and two back to back. And I was just like, are these movies? Like, but I had so much fun with them, and I really like the fact that Mike took it in such a different direction while also paying homage to the originals in such a beautiful way. So hopefully the like the original lovers of the film love his take on it. I know I do.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see it. This has been one of our most anticipated films of the year.
I thought you
Um,
had seen it.
No, I never do these
Oh,
before I've seen it, just for the
okay.
sheer fact that I have diarrhea of the mouth so bad. and I will absolutely spoil something. So I plan on watching it directly after we're done here, just because of the fact that, like I said, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody else, and I'm terrible at doing that. So
Okay, you and I have that similar issue. I'm always like holding my fingers in an odd way, going like, "Come on, Ruby."
don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah, be aware.
So maybe it's a good thing that you hadn't seen the originals first, because then you could create a character. And obviously, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but you could create a character that really is unique and really is your own. So, what was it like to in the process of getting into your character for Silent Night, Deadly Night, knowing that you're going in for a crazy and wild ride?
Well, so Pam has, excuse me, Pamela, she would have slapped me across the face for calling her Pam. She has explosive personality disorder, which is actually like it's such a beautiful entanglement between her and Billy, who are just trying to do the best they can and be the best versions of themselves. And occasionally they just are unable to accomplish that. So you mix those beautiful colors together, and I mean, you either have the most epic Mortal Kombat battle between these two people, or they fall in love. Like I feel like there there wasn't much of a
Right.
middle ground, excuse me. But yeah, stepping into her shoes was actually so much fun. And I saw this movie. Forgive me that I can't remember the name of it, but Salma Hayek did. It's like my husband's hitman wife something. Do you
Yeah.
know the film? And she
No
just
idea.
she's explosive in this film. And I remember being like, oh, I wish that I could play a role like that. And I got the opportunity to somewhat do that. So that was cool.
That's awesome. And especially when it's a role that you're salivating over. This is something you
Yes.
really want to do, and then you're the one to get the role. And when I heard it was you and Rowan Campbell, I was like, okay, like just take my money. Like I don't even care at this point. Like I don't care if it's
And
these two
I
sitting
do
in a
have to tell
room.
you that Rowan is an angel sent from above. He's an amazing actor. He's a great human being. So I was lucky, yeah, just to throw that in there.
Oh, that's awesome. Like I said, it's always awesome when you can hear that people that are working so hard in the horror world are great people. And I feel like 99% of the horror people we've ever met are just the kindest, sweetest people, because we want to live out things on the screen, not in real life. So
Yes.
it's an
Don't chase me
amazing
with a
thing.
chainsaw, please.
Right, right. And I've already learned my lesson. I'll never take a cupcake from you either, Ruby. But so, in order for you to be this juggernaut in the horror landscape, and like I said, this is just starting, guys. She is not even close to slowing down. So her social media links are in the description. Follow her and stay up to date with all the amazing things she's doing. But for this to be going the way it's going, Ruby, horror had to start for you somewhere. So now, love, I would like to go back to the past and talk about what got you started in the horror genre, your first horror movie. And Ruby, the first horror movie you watched was.
Oh, first horror movie I watched was The Fly, but also around the same time I accidentally saw the beginning of It, but I only made it to him being in the sewer, and I had to call my mom to come and pick me up from the sleepover I was at.
That's awesome.
But no, the one that really, really affected me, which was like have never watched it all the way through, was The Fly.
Okay. And the
Oh,
Jeff Goldblum one, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah, what an amazing movie. Like, you want to talk about body horror. Like,
Yes.
this movie is body horror galore. So, do you remember about how old you were the first time that you had seen it?
No, but I know that I was very little. I was at my godfather's house, and he was making me waffles, and he was like, "Why don't you go, get comfortable while I make the waffles and go put a movie on?" And I don't know what drew me to put that on. The VHS box didn't seem that scary. I don't know, but yes. Long story short, I put the film in, and I was holding onto a pillow for so long. Where David Allen went with the waffles, who like I feel like he would have walked in and gone, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, what are you watching?" But yeah, I ended up seeing that scene where he's offering Gina Davis the donut, and then he throws up on it, and I can't. And also for years upon years of my life, I was terrified of flies because of that. If a
Mhm.
fly ever landed near me, I was like, it's immediately throwing up. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
And
sitting
it's
on
it's a
bodies and poo all day. Oh gosh.
Well, and what I love about what you said was when I was young, I was blessed, and my mom and dad owned a mom and pop video store. So I was always in the video store walking around, and YouTube to me when I was young was walking up and down the horror section, looking at the cover arts, trying to see which one jumped out at me the most. So when you talk about, looking at that cover art and that was the determining factor on what you were going to watch, that's awesome to me because that's how a lot of us back then, that's how we made our determination was cover art. And I think that's why
Mhm.
posters and cover art and things like that, to me to this day, are still so important and so special
Yes.
to a movie. I know that we live in a streaming world, but when I see an amazing cover art or an amazing poster, to this day, as a 40-year-old man, I still buy them just because I think that that's the work that's put into it and the determination and the drive to try to make it jump out at you is very
Yeah.
special. So we know the scene that affected you the most from The Fly being the donut. But was there any other scene that really stuck with you from that film, or is that the one that was just kind of like, nope, I'm done, that's a wrap?
No, yeah, no, I have never, like, again, I've not watched the film all the way through, even to this day. If I notice that it's on television or something, I will run away from it like as fast as I can.
Yeah.
But no, it was just really his transformation into becoming that monster that just really stuck with me. And I mean, bless Goldblum because he clearly succeeded in what he was aiming to do and scared the lights out of so many of us.
And
Oh, do you
he's
remember like how contorted he was?
oh
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. And Goldblum, like, and you watch him go from this just jaw-dropping hunk of a man into this creature. And there's so many scenes that you missed that like there's a dream that Gina Davis has where she's giving birth to a maggot.
Oh,
And
I know. I actually do remember that. Oh my gosh, I wish you could have seen my physical reaction. I go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's
Oh
just
my
this is
god.
a movie that I still think to this day really holds up because of the use of practical effects. And
Mhm.
when they do that type of practical effects with body horror, and the way that we look at it at Sledgehammer Horror is we're not anti CGI. We think that CGI can be beneficial if you use it with your practical effects. Like your practical effects should be your mashed potatoes, and your CGI should be your salt and pepper. Like just
Right.
season your potatoes a little bit. Don't over season them, or they're going to taste like shit.
I
But
feel you on that, because I worked on a film called Satanic Panic, and a major point of that film was that we used all practical effects.
yep.
And to watch the artists that built all of these, it was fascinating.
hmm
Fascinating.
Yeah. And like I said, we're huge practical effects fans. And I think that movies like this or The
Yes.
Thing, those show why. Because when you watch them still in 2025, you're still seeing these amazing practical effects that still look so good. I mean, CGI can be like that. Look at Jurassic Park. That movie still blows my mind every time I watch it, how beautiful that movie looks. But nothing to me beats a good CGI maggot birth or a good CGI donut puke. Nothing beats that for me. So,
They had
um,
you know what they did for Satanic Panic? They put me in one of those life casts, but because it's me mid vomit, I had to tilt my head back for the entire
oh
time with my mouth
no.
open, and I'm like, ah, it was so unattractive. But on the day, they brought this head in, obviously that was identical to me, and watching it just projectile vomit, like convulsing on set. My best friend Haley and I were like, "What the fuck are we shooting?"
But it's funny because you're like, that's what 21-year-old me's friends saw that night at the party. Like that's
Yes,
what it looked like to them. You know what I mean? Like now I
so
get to see
good.
what that looked like. God, that's so incredible. And like I said, your love of film and your passion for what you do comes out when you see how excited you get about moments like that. There are some people like, yeah, I got to have a cast. I didn't even watch it. I just went and, hung out. But, you're there, you're on set, you're enamored in everything that's happening. And I think that that comes off in your work. You can feel the passion that you put into it, and you can feel the excitement that you have through the screen. And to see you act the way you do right now is such a relieving moment for people like me that are huge fans to see that you're this down to earth person that just loves your fucking job. Like that to me is the coolest thing ever.
Thank
Um,
you.
so I gotta ask because technically The Fly, whether it's the remakes or the originals, is part of a
There are
franchise.
remakes?
Well, I mean sequels. I'm sorry. Well, I mean
Oh
because
goodness.
The Fly with Jeff Goldblum technically is a remake of the original Fly with Vincent Price.
Oh my
So,
gosh. See my lack of knowledge in it because I just avoid all things. Okay, sorry, go ahead. I
right.
interrupted.
No, you're fine. So it is part of a franchise now. And when I talk to people about movies like this, especially their first horror movie, I always got to ask, is this a film you would like to see them try to remake today?
The Fly?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, yes. I would love to see them remake it, and I would probably be the first one to be like, please let me audition for The Fly. I want
Gina
to go out for
Davis. Oh, you want?
Jackie Golden. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. We'll do like a gender swap,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you
And
can
just
be the
completely
fly.
face your fear. You know what I mean? The things that frighten you. What do you have to do? You have to turn around and face them. Oh my gosh. Can you
Okay, well, if you
imagine
get to do
seeing me
that,
throwing
I
up on a
volunteer to
donut?
be. Yeah, I volunteer to be Gina Davis. Then I'll give
Okay.
birth to a maggot baby. Like
I
I'm
can't
in,
hear you over
guys.
the phone.
Yep, me and Ruby are gonna do this then. And I would love to see you in a movie like this. I think that, and that's a wonderful idea because we do get some like there's the talks right now of the gender swap with American Psycho and having
Yes.
Patrick Bateman's lead be a female. I love to see that because what other way can you take an original movie, remake it, and make it so different? When I watch a movie remake, I don't want to see the exact same thing that happened in the original, like you were talking about with Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah.
Take the bones of that original movie, put your own organs in it, wrap your own skin around it, and make it its own thing. I
Yeah,
don't
because
want to
have you
see the same
noticed
thing
too?
again.
Yeah, it's like, and this is no disrespect to any part of the film industry, obviously, but a lot of times they'll remake something that really like didn't need to be remade, but there are some really good movies that maybe didn't have the funding or something, that they were missing
Hmm.
something. And it's like, that had the potential to be such a good film, but they won't
Yeah.
remake those.
See, and I agree with you. And another good
Excuse
thing
my
about
tangent.
remakes, no, I'm 100% on board with you because another big thing that I love about remakes is even if I watch a terrible remake,
Mhm.
they're not going to come in and take the original off my movie stand for one. And for two, when I'll just use The Exorcist Believer as an example. When The Exorcist Believer was announced, the sales and views on The Exorcist tripled because people that had never seen it or people that wanted to revisit it went back and watched it to kind of refreshen themselves. Same thing with Halloween 2018 when that was announced. The sales on Halloween 1978 shot through the roof. And it's because that educates people now that maybe never got the chance to see it. And I guarantee you, when Silent Night, Deadly Night comes out, that's going to happen again because you
Can't
have
wait.
some, with you guys and the amazing things that you're doing. Like I said, this has been on both Ashley and I's most anticipated of the year since it was announced. When we got that first teaser, we were like, this is going to be dope. It's being done by, with Through Bloody Disgusting. This is made
Yeah.
by horror fans for horror fans. This isn't done by a major studio that's out there trying to make money. They're out there trying to make a passion project that we're going to fall in love with. So we are beyond over the moon excited for this. But,
I
uh,
can't
you
wait to
know,
hear what you think.
I'll let you know right away. So I love talking about your first horror movie, being The Fly and what that movie meant to you. But real quick, Ruby, I do want to throw a little bit of a curveball at you. My
Nice.
little buddy Ghostface is here, and he has a question for you. What's your favorite scary movie, Ruby?
I got
What is
so
your
excited that I was going to be
favorite?
one of your daughters.
What is your favorite horror movie of all time?
Favorite horror movie? This is like when somebody asks me what my favorite song is. It's like I have so many, but I love the Evil Dead franchise so much. I mean, yeah, like, and I was so nervous when they were doing the remake of it, and then meanwhile, it's one of the most watched films of my life. Like the remake was fucking flawless
Oh
too.
my
Like
God,
so,
so
yeah.
good.
And anything like I have a hard time. I don't really feel that like it's horror and people think that's funny, but Rob Zombie's films like House of a Thousand Corpses and then The Devil's Rejects, one of my favorite deaths of all time is like the full music video that they shoot at the end of that, where they're just getting shot up to Freebird.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yes. It's such a great scene too. It sucks they retconned it with the next movie that came out. Like, come on, they definitely died there, you know.
Free from
But
Hell?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, oh my
come on.
goodness, they got shot up.
Yeah, like I know you need the money, Rob. But no, and what I love about what you said about Evil Dead 2013 is we talked about gender swapping.
Hmm.
Um, when I went into that movie, I was the same as you because I'm an Evil Dead purist. I was like, oh, there's no Ash
Love it.
Williams, and when I went into it, I started watching it and I'm like, oh, Lou Taylor Pucci's character is gonna be our Ash. He's gonna be our final guy. And then, Mia just crushed that role.
I
Um,
pray for her sometimes. I'm like, I hope she was all right during the filming of that, because damn.
well, did you know that they actually buried her alive at that moment? At the end where they bury
No.
her alive and use the battery. That's why there was an urgency with Shiloh because they literally buried her alive, said go, and then he dug her up. Like that was a genuine, real buried alive moment in that film.
I'm gonna watch it once we hang up here. I hope she's all right. Wow.
Right.
Because you know, leaning into that's insane. I'm sorry, I'm now completely removed from the interview. I'm like, what? um, holy shit, that's crazy. Really?
Yeah.
She okayed that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, I get being into your role, but
Yeah,
that's a bit
yeah.
extreme. I think that's one of everybody's biggest phobias, being buried alive. You're like, I don't care,
Yes.
even if you're not claustrophobic. And if you remember, she had a bag over her head too.
Yes, I know.
You
And
know?
that's like in itself, oh my gosh, she looks so
Yeah.
frightening. And you know, musically, by the way, oof, when she's running through the woods and it crawls up her legs, that like swell of silence before she screams. Oh my gosh. I want to sample that in a song so badly. And I
That would
remember
be
watching it
so
in the
good.
theater when it went quiet right when she screamed. I was like,
See, and that's the
so
importance of
good.
score. With a score, it's not
Yes.
always about what the music does. It's what the music contributes, even when there is no music. What can you do to
Yes.
drop it and make it impactful? And like I said,
Hmm.
that's a lot of being the lineman, like the quarterback, the running back, that's you guys. You guys are the ones that are out there doing the work, acting, directing. But then you have your sound design, you have your costume design. Those are the linemen that are protecting you and making sure that the play is going the way that it should go. And
Yes.
I love the fact that you bring up the score and like I said, Evil Dead 2013, I'm such a huge fan. You have that crazy opening,
I will rip your soul out, Daddy. I'll rip your soul out, you pathetic fuck!
Oh my,
and then, oh
I don't, sorry.
man,
Go ahead.
no,
I
that
know,
that
it's
blew.
so good.
You're like, oh my God, what are they doing to this poor girl? And then you're like, oh well, I'll be goddamned.
I know it's so good, and you know, to go back to the originals as well, Evil Dead 2, when he's just losing his mind and he's going up and down with the
With the
furniture.
lamp.
I love that.
Yes, dude, I love how into these movies you are. So,
Yeah,
man, uh, I can't thank you enough, Ruby, for
of
taking the time to come and hang out with me, to talk about Silent Night, Deadly Night, and to talk about your first horror movie and your favorite horror movie. But before I let you go, we always bounce back to the same question. We're gonna go. I think I know the answer, but I got to read the script, and it tells me I got to ask. So we're gonna go back to The Fly, and what we're gonna do is rank this movie on a skull count. Now, we're not ranking The Fly on acting, production, score, direction, nothing like that. We're not being critics. All we're doing is ranking this movie on how much it affected you on your first viewing. So, zero skulls being not effective, five being extremely effective. You can use half and quarter skulls anywhere in the middle. Ruby, what would your ranking of The Fly be?
I'm embarrassed, but it truly is 5 because I think about it on a daily basis, and it took me so long to be able to be friendly with flies. Like, not that I would ever kill them, but if I saw them, I would just run away. So yes, five
Yeah.
out of five.
Yeah, I honestly there's so many movies that have affected me a 5 out of 5. And like one of them, and I'm not kidding, everybody laughs when I say this, was Pee-wee's Big Adventure. The large Marge scene, and she looked like this. That her face got all
Yes,
fucked
yes,
up.
yes. I know what you're
When
talking
I
about.
when I was a kid, I did not see that coming because I thought I'm watching it, and that scared me so bad. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't watch that movie from there on out. Like that movie traumatized me. Now I got a large Marge shirt and I've embraced the fear. But man,
See,
when I
that's why I
first
should get a
saw that,
T-shirt of the fly
there
with
you go. There you go, with Goldblum half torn
Goldblum
apart
on
on
it.
it.
Yeah, with like a tour.
Yes.
That's
And
insane.
I know I
Oh,
said this at the beginning, guys, but all of Ruby's links are down in the description, and I implore you, become a part of that family so you can be ready for all the amazing things she has coming up for us as well. Ruby, please don't go anywhere. I have a couple more questions for you.
okay.
Um, Everyone else, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror, stay what you are, and we'll see you guys soon.